Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. We've got some breaking news here. After a lot of political posturing, finally Pakistan has confirmed that they will play the T20 World Cup. Now, Mohsin Naqvi has confirmed through his X handle. He has tweeted, and I will read it out. Had a productive meeting with Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, briefed him on the ICC matter, and he directed that we will resolve it while keeping all options on the table. It was agreed that the final decision will be taken either on Friday or next Monday. Today is Monday, and we have the confirmation that Pakistan will go ahead and play the T20 World Cup. Shomik, tell us the details of how Pakistan came to this conclusion.
Gargi, one second, a bit of problem with your audio. But I got the question. I got the question how Pakistan came to this conclusion. I mean, there is no other conclusion. In fact, that was always going to be the case. All that motion Naqvi was doing since last Saturday was political grandstanding and everything. No way were they going to forfeit to pull out of the World Cup or forfeit India games, because that could have had serious consequences and repercussions. They are not fool. They are not fools. At the end of the day, they are not fools, and they are not going to do that. And now that he, once again, even after the meeting with the Prime Minister, he has kept things open, saying that we are keeping all options open. This is something. This is something I was discussing with someone in Pakistan, and also Boria was discussing with Pakistan, someone in Pakistan, and we got the same thing, that this would be the outcome. Official line would be like, we are keeping our options open, like they are trying to keep ICC on the tender hooks. But inside news is Pakistan are coming for the World Cup. They have already put out their squad. They are coming for the World Cup. They are playing their matches, and they are playing their matches against India in Colombo also.
Shomik, you say when Mohsin Naqvi made that tweet and said that we are keeping all options open, I think it was a sort of a message to Bangladesh as well, to try to, soothe them over the fact that after saying all of that, after Mohsin Naqvi and announced the squad for the T20 World Cup. But I think it was a sort of a soft landing from Pakistan to say that no, we still are.
Um, See,
Okay.
once again, yeah, I don't think, Gargi, it's the fact is that Bangladesh have been left in the lurch. Today, we got the first reaction from a BCCI official, Rajiv Shukla, the BCCI vice president. He spoke in Delhi, and he nailed it. He said, "See, we wanted Bangladesh to come and play, but and security was never an issue, but they got in touch with Pakistan, and whatever it is, they refused to budge. So ICC had no option but to replace them with Scotland, and ICC did. As regards Pakistan, they had Bangladesh playing or not playing should be none of their business, and what they are doing is not right, which means don't try to play with fire. And he had a message for Bangladesh, that please don't forget the injustice that Pakistan did to you and why Bangladesh was formed. So Pakistan, at the end of the, see, Pakistan was never going to pull out of a World Cup for Bangladesh of all countries. That was never going to happen.
That's what I was saying. I was having this conversation with Boria one of these days. I think after the Mohsin Naqvi press conference, and I said, no, actually, after Bangladesh had confirmed that they would not come, after that I had a conversation with Boria, and I said that at least Pakistan was smart enough, even after everything they did in that Pakistan versus UAE game, they were smart enough to not pull out because they know that they cannot afford the financial repercussions of pulling out or of an institution withdrawal from a tournament like that. And look, when you look back on this, Mohsin Naqvi was the ACC president, right? If you can't pull out of a tournament where your own chief, PCB chief, is the president of that board, then you can't pull out of a World Cup. You do not have enough power or leverage to do something like that.
Gargi, there are two things. One is absolutely the pecuniary aspect, the financial aspect. Another is there the legal aspect. When you are signing on the dotted lines, and when you are making a commitment to play a tournament, you are signing a legal document. That members' participation agreement is legally binding unless there is a force majeure. Unless there is a force majeure is a completely different thing. But unless there is a force majeure, you are signing on the dotted lines, and it is that members' participation agreement is legally binding. So when you say, even if you are saying that I will not be playing, hypothetically, we would not be playing the game against India, you are breaching that legal document, and you are throwing himself open to litigations. Among other things, you are you are exposing yourself to litigations. And what will happen once if you forfeit India Pakistan game? India will lose nothing, because India's in the revenue generated from that India Pakistan game, or from the broadcast, goes to ICC central pool, and from ICC central pool it is distributed to different member nations, right? So in that case, India is not absolutely dependent on that revenue. India is dependent on IPL revenue, which is $6.2 billion, brought solely the broadcast rights still for the current cycle. So that is 6.2 billion dollars. I beg your pardon. $6.2 billion. Now, India Pakistan game, the revenue generated, it feels close to 50% of Pakistan Cricket Board covers. That is another thing. But once you are not honoring the commitment to play even one game, you are breaching that contract. You are betraying the broadcasters, the advertisers, every stakeholder that is connected with the tournament. And anyone can take you to the court of law. Apart from the pecuniary consequences, you might have to face legal consequences. And once again, Pakistan were never going to do that, at least for Bangladesh.
Absolutely. The other thing is, Shomik, what reason do they have to boycott? Apart from supporting Bangladesh, what other reason is there? Because they're already playing at a neutral venue, they're playing in Sri Lanka, they're not traveling to India. So even if they had to boycott, what would they have said to ICC? Nothing. There's nothing for them to stand on. No
Uh,
logical reasoning
that
behind.
that that was exactly what even a section of Pakistan Cricket Board was saying. Even a section of Pakistan Cricket was saying, and I wrote that in my copy, that you don't have any valid ground to boycott the tournament, because you are not playing in India and you are playing in Sri Lanka, where there are no security threats. Even after that, if you boycott, you are running the risks of showering diplomatic relations with Sri Lanka also, because Sri Lanka will not take it lying down. So it is not only about India. You are going and playing in Sri Lanka. That is one thing. And number two is that you are saying you are not doing, you are forfeiting for Bangladesh. There is no valid ground. So how and why are you doing that? It was plain and simple grandstanding, and it was trying to pacify a baby who was throwing his toys out of the pram. Bangladesh was that baby who was throwing his toys out of the pram, and all this grandstanding from Pakistan was trying to pacify that baby.
The other thing that I want to ask Shomik before we close the show, final couple of minutes on the show, and I wanted to ask you: does this sour relationships between BCB and BC, Bangladesh and Pakistan?
I think better saints will see. There are two things. One is that um that political thing. BCB, obviously, BCB is offended. I mean, BCB in the sense the BCB officials are offended. Their hands were tied. They couldn't go against their government. It is a government decision. It was not BCB's decision. And obviously, after, hopefully it will dawn on them. Better late than never. It will dawn on them that no, Pakistan was never going to support us. All they were doing was posturing. Hopefully, they're smart enough to realize this eventually.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. Now it will be interesting to see how the relationship between Bangladesh cricket and Pakistan cricket continues, because it doesn't seem like it will be a good one. Let's see how that
Exactly.
pans out. Doesn't look like this will, and at this moment, I think subcontinent cricket is in tatters. Relationship between Bangladesh and Pakistan will be bad. Already, India and Pakistan have strained relations, and of course now India and Bangladesh as well. So really,
Gargi, it's a case of have you listened to Dan Sills' song "3 Time Losers Never Learn"? There is a song, very famous song. Dan Sills is a country legend. It's a very famous song. "3 Time Losers Never Learn." You go back in history. You go back in history. Pakistan, the Western Pakistan, and those days it was West Pakistan and East Pakistan. The West Pakistan, the powers that be, they allowed Mujibur Rahman to contest elections, right? And once Mujibur Rahman won that elections, and he was the legitimate prime minister. He was about to become the prime minister, and he was the legitimate choice. He won the vote. They imprisoned him, and Bangladesh even, and such betrayals happened many times. And even after that, a section of Bangladesh, and see, this Dr. Yunus's government, caretaker government, they don't represent entire Bangladesh. They represent a section of Bangladesh. And once a stable government comes, they will be history. Nobody will remember them. But the damage they have done to Bangladesh cricket, I think Bangladesh cricket fans shouldn't forgive them.
absolutely not. And I think the new government that comes in, they will have to do a lot of damage control between
Yes.
ICC, between with BCCI as well. There will be a lot to. They will have to do a lot when it comes to de-escalation of tensions at this point. But I think we can close the show now. We'll obviously come back with more details about what really went down in that meeting that Mohsin Naqvi had with the Prime Minister of the country. But thank you so much, Shomik, for being here and discussing the details and giving us all the updates. To everyone who's watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We will be back very soon. Thank you.